Hello YouTube, welcome back to another edition of Pro Tips Betting. Today, Wednesday, the 10th of April. We got 12 matches in focus today. Two of them are, of course, the Champions League games. Else we got the Championship, the second Bundesliga, two games from the Norwegian Elite Serien, and also one game from Switzerland. Starting straight off with the first game, Aiex versus Juventus. Injury list, nothing huge here. Cuadrado, Emre Can, Chiellini is a big one though, out for Juventus. Check in head-to-head. We can see that Aiex has 4 wins in the last 5, and the same with Juventus. Last time teams met is really nothing to look into, as this was all the way back to 2010. Totally different teams. This is of course the first leg, and I do believe Juventus might settle with a draw here away today. Check the lineups before placing anything here, but I do absolutely believe this game could end up a draw. Odds with the bookmakers: 310 for Aiex, the home team, and Juventus on 250. Could probably play this one a draw or away win. Can quickly check this on Unibet. Where we can see draw or away actually pays 141, which is pretty decent. But keep in mind though that Aiex beat Real Madrid, or knocked them out rather, so they can absolutely score some goals. Another one to look into as well in this game is the over 1.5 goals in the game, paying out 130. Both of these should be pretty safe. Just a quick note on my papers here. Next game, Man United versus Barcelona. Injury list, as we know, Man United does have some players out. Valencia, Bailey, Sanchez, Herrera's out, Matic, and Rashford as well is out. Barcelona, Vermaelen, and Rafinha. First leg this one as well, of course. I do absolutely believe Barcelona gonna win this game, but again, being a first leg, they might also settle with a draw in this one. But if you ask me, Man United just isn't good enough to hold players like Messi and Suarez off. Going further down and checking the odds, the Barcelona odds is actually on 2 in odds today, which is very good if you ask me. We could check for a double chance here as well, but the Barcelona, sorry, the odds for that is probably down to 120 or something. 128 for the double chance. 128 for the double chance. Yeah. Over to Championship England. We have Birmingham versus Sheffield United. Go ahead and go straight over to the table here. We can see Sheffield United are on a 3rd place, can still reach the 2nd place, so they do absolutely want to win this game, while Birmingham is on a 17th with 44 points and pretty much safe. Thing is though, Rodriram is on 39 points, So they might actually, Birmingham though, might actually need a couple of more points to make sure they are safe this season. Very high points to survive this season in the Champions League. Oh, sorry, the Championship. Checking head-to-head, we can see that Birmingham has 4 losses and 1 win the last 5, where Sheffield United has 4 wins and 1 loss. Last time the teams met was a 0-0, and the game before that was a 2-1 victory to Birmingham. I do though believe that Sheffield United will win this game, and the odds for that is actually on 220 today. 220 for Sheffield United. Next game, Brentford versus Ipswich. We can check the standings here as well. Brentford, mid-table, pretty much done for the season. Won't reach the top 6 and won't relegate either. Playing versus Ipswich, who is on 27 points and have already relegated. So nothing to play for there. No pressure either though, of course. Checking the head-to-head. We can see that Brentford has 3 losses and 2 draws the last 5 games, where Ipswich has 3 draws, 1 loss and 1 win. Last time the teams met was a 1-1, and the game before that was a 1-0 victory to Brentford. I do believe here that Brentford will win this game, but again, this is a Brentford team with nothing to play for and a Ipswich team with no pressure. So that actually makes this game pretty open. And as you can see with the bookmakers, they have Brentford as big favorites. But this one could also end up a draw, as there again are 2 teams with nothing left to play for. So I recommend staying away from that one, even though Brentford should win it, of course. Next game, Hull versus Wigan. Nothing too big on the injury list for these 2 teams. Going straight to the table, we can see that Hull are on mid-table with 57 points. Still a small chance of reaching the top 6. And Wigan is pretty much done for the season. They do though have Rodriram behind them on the relegation spot. So they might want to pick up 5 more points or so this season to secure that they won't relegate. Checking the last 5 here as well. Hull 2 victories, 1 draw and 2 losses the last 5. And Wigan has 2 draws, 2 losses and 1 win. Wigan won the last game 2-1 and the game before that 3-2. I do predict this one to be a draw game today, paying 370. 370 on a draw. Next game, Millwall versus QPR. Standings, of course, first. Millwall, 40 points. Again, Rodriram behind with 39. So they do need at least 5 points to survive this season. And QPR are more or less qualified for next season. Millwall, last 5, 3 losses and 2 wins, and QPR on 3 losses and 2 draws. Do predict in this one a Millwall or a draw game. The last time the teams met, QPR won 2-0, and before that, Millwall won 1-0. Either Millwall or a draw for me on this one. I will probably end up with a draw to boost the odds on a high output bet slip. Over to the next one, Norwich, who still is fighting for the top position, versus Reading. Norwich now on 84 points, and Reading on 40 points, in danger of relegation still. And that does, of course, make this a tough game for Norwich, probably. Norwich, though, has 5 out of 5 the last 5 games, straight 5 wins. And Reading on 2 losses, 2 wins, and 1 draw. Norwich won the last game 2-1, and the game before that 3-2. This is, of course, a game where Norwich should win, top versus bottom. And but again, the Reading team is in danger of relegation, and they will throw everything at Norwich in this game. Odds for Norwich are only on 133, and I don't recommend playing this one a handicap play to boost the odds. I would rather than go for a draw on a high output bet slip. But of course, Norwich should win the game, but the odds are just too low for me to risk anything, really. Another thing you can do, of course, is live bet on the game. Check the statistics after 20 minutes or so, and take it from there if Norwich is the team in favor, and then the odds will probably be up to 140. Next and last for Championship this Wednesday, Rodriram versus Aston Villa. As we talked about, Rodriram is struggling in the bottom. They do need all the points they can get to not relegate this season. And Aston Villa is on a 6th place with 63. Middlesbrough straight or right behind them with 61. So this is gonna be a tough game with the two teams fighting for all the points. We'll check the last 5 as well. We can see Rodriram has picked up their form a little bit with 2 wins in the last 5. They have, though, 3 losses. Aston Villa, excellent form at the moment, 5 wins out of 5. Aston Villa won the last game 2-0, and the game before that 2-0 as well. Odds on Aston Villa is 170, and that is actually really good. But again, keep in mind that both teams are fighting for their positions in the league, and it might end up a tough game for Aston Villa, this one. But I do give them, of course, the slight advantage, and 170 is very good. The odds for Aston Villa was 175 this morning, so it has been slightly reduced. Next game, over to Germany. Duisburg versus Köln. Checking the standings here. Köln are in 1st place with 57 points versus Duisburg that is on relegation with only 22 points. Still a slight chance to survive this season, though. Duisburg, 1 loss, 3 draws, and 1 win the last 5. And Köln does have only 1 loss, 4 wins the last 5 games. Duisburg, though, did actually win the last game 2-1. So could be a tough one for Köln, this one. But it is top versus bottom. And I don't know about the odds, but the odds are only on 136 for Köln. And I don't know, you should probably not play this game, but if you do play this game, I would again here play this game live, or pick a draw for a high output bet slip. Then we got 2 games from Norway. We have Brom versus Christensen. The league has just started here in Norway, so nothing really to look into the table. I do though feel that Brom should win this game. Last 5 for Brom is 1 draw, 2 wins and 2 losses. And Kristiansund has 2 wins, 1 loss and 2 draws. Last time the teams met, 3-1 victory to Brom. And Kristiansund won before that 3-1. Odds, Brom huge favorites on 153, but again the league has just started and it takes a while to settle after, or from my experience with the Norwegian league. So this one could really end up a draw as well, and I do recommend to actually stay away from this game. Or watch it live, of course, if you can, and look into the statistics after like 20 minutes. Next one from Norway again, we got Molde versus Vålerenga. Molde, huge favorites, 144. Standings here as well, still only 2 games been played. 3rd versus 7th place. The last 5 for the teams, Molde with 3 wins and 2 draws. Vålerenga with 1 loss, 2 wins and 2 draws. Last time they met, Molde won 5-1, and before that it was a 0-0 draw. Do absolutely believe Molde should win this game, paying 144. 144. Then the last game in focus here this Wednesday. Switzerland, Lucerne versus Young Boys. Checking the standings here, we can see that Young Boys are on a 1st place. More or less won the league already with a 20-point lead over Basel here. We can see Lucerne are on a 7th place with 34 points and safe from relegation. But the thing here is that when a team is leading with 20 points, you just really don't know where the players' heads are at. So it could be this could be a slip-up game. We will check also the last 5. Where you see Lucerne has 2 draws, 2 wins and 1 loss the last 5. Young Boys has 3 wins, 1 draw and 1 loss. Lucerne won actually, this is though in the cup in Switzerland, 4-0 over Young Boys. And as well the first game in the league this season, Lucerne won 3-2. And as I was talking about, when Young Boys has now a 20-point lead in the league and more or less won the league, this game could easily end up a draw, paying 375. 375 for a draw. So that's the games in focus today. I wish you all good luck with your bets. As always, give thumbs up and subscribe, or of course thumbs down. Subscribe to the YouTube channel and Twitter for the latest updates and tips from me here at Pro Tips Betting. And also join the Discord community for game discussions and live betting tips. Links are in the description under the video. And that's it. My bets, safe bet slip and the high output bet slip will be on screen in just a moment. Again, thank you for watching and good luck with your bets.